All right, hello, everybody.
Yo!
Yo!
Yo! What the?
Whoa,
Oh,
we're back.
there we go. What's good, dog?
Yo, how's it going? And hello to everybody. Let's go ahead and
It's
start
good.
with the intro.
It's been all right, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me, though? I'm trying to
Yes.
pull up the chat. I apologize.
Oh, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. We'll just go ahead with the intro. So, hey, guys, how's it going? My name is Justin.
And I'm Philip.
And watching and or listening to episode 492 of DangIT Prodcast. Welcome back, everybody. As I was saying, we're back. Not just Phil being back, we're also just back in like the realm of games. Like it's peak 2024 right now. Like,
what was the last time I said? I said this is real gamer shit. We're back. We're finally back.
We're like, real gamers. We're back. No,
it's the only time I can use it, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Just a real recap, like a quick recap for Phil. I know you were gone yesterday. You had some family obligations. Understandable. I remembered that I was joking with.
Weekend.
It was last weekend.
Yeah, last weekend.
Yeah, last weekend. And I was telling Mark, is like, are we able to talk about anime now? Mark, I need to talk to you about solo leveling real quick. Actually, this should be a new episode.
Y'all can talk about anime. I'm not mad. Like, I'm not sitting here going, these damn weeds.
Nah, it's just like there's not really like room to talk about it.
That's fair. But
it's like, our 2-hour mark now. Not to make you feel bad. Just, we appreciate like the passion towards video games. It's just that sometimes we just want to get some anime out there.
I was like, you guys could always just start with anime and then cut me off later. Like,
fair enough.
There could be a structure. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, but I guess in all fairness, like we could talk about like certain episodes that like come out, but otherwise, it's kind of like ever changing, like week by week. But we definitely try to like focus in. Like there should probably be a better blend of like the two. For this podcast, but we have a primarily like video game heavy episode this time around. Unfortunately, because of our shift in schedule, Mark's not quite able to make this podcast right now because of the fact that
he's being a nerd.
It's funny that he's talking about the fact that he's kind of in the middle of a D&D session, and we were literally texting about it like last night as well, separate from that too. But yeah, I guess that's what happens when you like adjust the schedule, even like the slightest bit with us adults. So,
oh yeah. Well, you want to tell them why we had to adjust it?
Yeah, actually, another video game related thing. Aniyah is participating in a lot of local tournaments going on. Like there was one for last week as well. He's got another one like this week, and Phil wanted to jump in on that, requested that we shift the time in. I want to go in and support, but it's kind of weird because I have to celebrate. Well, I shouldn't say that, have to, but we want to celebrate. We shouldn't say that. We want to celebrate. Cut it. Rewind it. Yeah. So we want to celebrate like my mom's birthday today. So it would just feel weird to just kind of like hop out, maybe hop back in. I also, at the same time, if I commit to like visiting with you guys, I don't want to like just cut it off so early on. It should be like a mutual thing in my mind. So, I mean, if you guys are still like hanging out later tonight, then maybe.
Oh, yeah. I believe the homie Manuel's showing up too, so we're probably.
Oh, cool. We'll talk details then.
He likes Tekken, so we mentioned that he was going to actually, Manuel's the one that sent Aniyah all the links.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he was like, hey, homie, I know you're better than me at Tekken, so
here's all a list of like these non-disclosed locations where you can actually have some local tournaments going on. It's like,
hey, I'm proud of him. He's going out there.
He's out there, not just to represent the brand, but also himself.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes.
It's nuts to see these tournaments go on like literally the day of that release.
For real, it's fun. These specific tournaments are fun because then you get to see how people will try to break the game. You know what I mean? Like the entire idea is of like fighting games is to see what works and what doesn't.
Right.
So we'll see. Like we'll get to see like random people play random characters today, and like I think the consensus right now is that Alyssa is a really good character.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, she's pretty top tier.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have not specifically seen Aniyah play in tournament level style yet.
Mm.
So this will be my first time actually watching him play tournament level.
Okay.
For Tekken 8.
For Tekken 8.
Obviously, he's been streaming every day this week, but which has been funny too. Has been funny. I've been dual streaming you guys.
Oh, yeah.
So I got you two on a page where I have my Switch up here,
Mm-hmm.
and like I've just been like, okay, I got to see what Justin's doing for a little bit. I was like, let me jump to the night stream, and then it's funny. It's pretty good. But this Tekken setup is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I've noticed that as you dual stream us, he's dual like streaming in the game.
Dude,
yeah.
he's got okay, to quickly explain the setup, he's got the PS5 version chilling in a corner. He's got it chilling in a one little screen like corner, while the PC version is being played as the stream. And so what he does is he has two controllers in front of him, not Sakurai style. He ain't that cool, but
he ain't with it like that. He ain't cooked like that.
He's not that kind of goated, but he'll sit there and he'll use the PC version to play with people, play online matches, do what he's got to do. But on the downtime when he's not in a lobby, or he's in a lobby, he's waiting for his turn, he'll be practicing on that corner in a training room the whole time.
That's nuts.
That's smart.
I mean, he's making use of it. Yeah. Trying to test out some combos here and there. I got you.
Taking two switches, two copies of Smash, and just doing that.
It's kind of ridiculous for sure,
but it works. This is a premium Aniyah content.
Premium Aniyah content. This is Aniyah era.
This is Aniyah's world, and we're just living in it. You know what I mean?
We're just. Oh, but that's insane. God,
yeah, no, I'm ready to go see that tournament today. He's starting at 2 p.m. You'll probably see some updates through the Tanuki Media feed or the Twitter account.
Sorry, cool.
The X account.
What's this, X Force?
Don't the little dreadnoughts? What do they call in Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door? They do that. Yeah, they're like it's like they're like, sir, that real Italian, he's got us. That Italian plumber's got us cornered. What do we do?
Oh my god, dude. Listen, I'll appreciate that because I've been through the era of Scarlet and Violet where you literally have Team Star, Asta La Vie Star.
I thought Tales of Vesperia was giving me weird like dialogue. What do you mean Asta La Vie Star? Is that what they say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do.
I haven't gotten
it's ironic
to know that. Oh no.
Yeah, it's definitely like touch and go like type of arc with those guys, but the fact is that it caught on at a certain point amongst like a niche group of people. Yeah, you gotta question that.
That's pretty good though. Hasta la vista star.
But yeah, Zesteria is also really weird with that dialogue. I don't think it's aged well, but it's also kind of charming in how corny it is.
It's so funny you say it hasn't aged well when it's a PS4 game. Like
technically, like I believe it's technically a PlayStation 3 game, but that doesn't help it in any regard either.
Serious? PS3?
I believe so. Yes.
We
can do a fact check on that one.
I'm pulling receipts because I could have sworn it was PS4.
Mm-hmm. It kind of reminds me of another PlayStation 3 game that was like placed on the PlayStation 4. There's a lot of them, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, you are clearly the Tales historian because you are correct. I don't believe the PS3 version came out in the States.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where like I think the Tales series is kind of back in the day it was kind of plagued with a lot of like frame rate stuff. Where some things didn't really make sense. Symphonia was like the biggest example, 60 frames, and then like the remasters get fixed 30. Even like the most recent remaster for Symphonia, still 30. And Zesteria is also one of those where, you know, it was released on PlayStation 3, and then when it was ported over to the PlayStation 4 and even like Steam, it's still stuck at like 30 because it was just made at 30. 60 was trying to like do a mod for 60 frames. It's gonna destroy that game.
In what game? I'm sorry.
Tales of Hysteria. So that's stuck at 30 frames.
Yeah, okay, I just looked it up. Yeah, so it was released PS3 in Japan, and then due to the popularity of PS4 happening in the West, that was the console choice they targeted for the Western audience.
Gotcha.
So cool.
Yeah, honestly,
I was like, I own it on PS4.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you never tried it yet, right?
No.
Gotcha.
I got them on a really good sale because I was just kind of like buying like pre-owned games, and I was like, oh, they have both Zestiria and Bissaria like together, like they're right there. And I'm like, I heard Tales of games are good. I got to pick these up, so I just bought them.
Fair. I had to retroactively go back for like them individually, but they were also really like cheap too, so that was good.
I should look into the PS3 ones, right? Like Zelia 1
yeah,
and 2.
I hear those are actually like pretty good, so
pretty good. And then there's the good Tales of Symphonia remaster on there. Because I think those ones actually run at 60, which is
I don't understand. Oh yeah, the PlayStation 3 one. Oh yeah. I don't know about like that.
I'm gonna look up a review later, but like, because
I believe the PC version is based on the PlayStation 3 version.
Yeah, because that's the one that also includes the Symphonia sequel, right? The Wii one.
Oh, I think PlayStation 3 just like has that.
Yeah. No, it's called Tales of Symphonia Chronicles for PS3.
Oh,
and it includes Tales of Symphonia and then Symphonia Dawn of something, whatever it was for Wii. I forgot the name.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think you can get that one on PC, but I guess I'm okay. I guess I'm good.
Huh. Interesting.
Because that just takes a sequel and just takes the series like off rails for a little bit.
Yeah, I heard it was not the best game, but it's cool that it's there. Like,
it's cool to see the characters again, just in a different situation. Sure.
It's kind of like if they ever re-release Final Fantasy 13. Like, yeah, 13's the mainline game, but like, I wouldn't mind 13-2 and Lightning Returns. You know what I mean? Not that they were incredible games, but oh, you're right. Wow, I just went to my Steam account. Wow, weird.
Yeah, isn't it? I was like, for some reason. I guess
on the PS3 port of the original GameCube game. Yeah, what the? If this is here, why is it the other one? That's so weird.
Maybe it has something to do, like, depending on like the internal stuff as far as publishing for the sequel.
You could have fooled me.
Yeah, we'll have to dig further into that information. Yeah,
but
I'm only collecting. Only the games that are currently available to me for the Tales series.
I'm not going out of my way to get like the PS1 ones because that's too expensive. But you know, if they ever re-release them,
they might. They have they have a really good opportunity. Tales of Rise is still the most recent one, and it's pretty much heavily regarded.
Yeah, I do own Tales of Arise. I want to get to it. When I was planning to play it, I was playing Scarlet Nexus, and I was like, do I want to play another action RPG like right after?
Yes.
I mean, but also Final Fantasy 16. So I was like,
oh, yeah, it was during that era. So gotcha.
Yeah, so I was like, ooh, I don't know.
It's tough.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once I finish Star Wars on PS5, Jedi Fallen Order, because I haven't played Survive yet. Once I finish that, I'm going to probably play Tales of Arise as my next PS5 game.
Ah, sick.
Unless Stellar Blade comes out before then.
It is April. It's one of the things that was announced.
That's the GOAT for me. That might be a day one. I'm not gonna lie.
Now, before we kind of segue into State of Play, was there anything else you would like to add into like current events?
Oh yeah. So like I don't know if you noticed, but there was like a lot of things dropping this week. One that I'll save for when we actually talk about the State of Play because it was actually during that. But like they were dropping demos, like they were just hardcore dropping so many things this week. I just played through and finished it, by the way, while we were doing this. The Mario versus Donkey Kong demo. Nintendo dropped that. out of nowhere. And that's cool. I'm really glad because a lot of people are gonna disregard this game, and that sucks. Because I get it. That's not the Donkey Kong game everybody wanted, and that's not the Mario game anybody wanted. As a matter of fact, I was like, why? when it was getting like rumored and like leaked, I was like, why? Why Mario versus Donkey Kong out of all the games in the world to remake? Now, to give it credit, it's not a bad game. It's actually pretty good. It's actually one of the best Game Boy Advance games. So it's like, oh, that's a good one. It's just, I don't know, kind of weird. I mean, the Game Boy Advance app's already there. But
it's true.
But I digress. I do have it pre-ordered. It is my Valentine's Day gift. Thank you, Katrina. She's the GOAT. And I'm excited to play through it. Because I actually love the original game. The original game is a sequel, well, a spiritual successor to Donkey Kong 94, which is actually a successor to the original Donkey Kong game. So basically, this is all one giant way of saying this isn't really a Mario game. You should think of this as a Donkey Kong game. As like an actual Donkey Kong arcade series game. It's like the natural evolution. And in that regard, it's pretty damn good. I like it.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Donkey Kong 94 on the Game Boy original is my favorite Game Boy game of all time. I'm serious. Nintendo, why is that not on the NSO app?
Good question.
I hope it comes. I hope they're just like, oh, by the way, if you want to play the game before.
They do have like a good window to do that.
Mm-hmm. That game's really cool. It bait and switches you. Like you buy the game, right? And it starts you off with the original Donkey Kong game, like the original 1981 Donkey Kong game. And you're sitting there going, this is it? It's just Donkey Kong on my Game Boy? Like, that's cool, I guess. But then you notice, like, Mario is a little bit more controllable. Like, he has more flip. He can do flips. He can do, like, handstands. He can do all these crazy maneuvers. And you're like, dang, I'm just blasting through this. And it's the 4 original levels. All 4 of them. And when you beat the 4th one in the arcade game, you know, DK just kind of falls, hits his head. You save Pauline. Good job. Reset the game. That's all it is. Good old fashioned video games. And this one, they bait and switch you. He falls, he hits his head. You get to Pauline, but he gets up and he just grabs her and just runs off. And you're like, what? But then the game becomes a puzzle platformer in which you're trying to essentially get a key to get out of the level. But how you get to the key is the puzzle part, because there's enemies, there's obstacles you have to understand, there's rule sets, different worlds have different like switches and doors and traps that you have to understand. It's a very good game. Absolutely recommended. If it comes to NSO, I'm gonna lose my absolute mind. But Mario versus Donkey Kong, people may know it nowadays for the puzzle, like the actual touchscreen lemming style, like move the mini Marios to the door.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That's actually not what the original one was. It was a sequel to Donkey Kong 94. So this keeps the idea of getting the key, get to the door. There's items in between. It's a puzzle platformer in its own right. I personally think the original like 94 one has a lot more charm. That's probably why I like it more. But in regards to the HD version, damn, that's pretty good. It's essentially the same game. They didn't change how it plays. Hell, I don't even think they changed the gameplay, like control wise. It just looks really good. Like, obviously, if you take a screenshot of the Game Boy version, advanced version, and compare it to Switch, yeah, it's gonna look a lot better.
Sure,
but it's got a lot of charm. Like, everything feels animated. The menus are animated. Like the original menu just had kind of like DK's eyes and Mario's eyes, and they're just kind of like blinking, and that's it. This one, it's the same like setup, but like DK's actually moving around and he's like yelling at Mario, and like, I'm like, yo, this is so cool. Like, and the cherry on top is they reanimated all the cutscenes. So like they actually have like really cool looking like just really cool animated cutscenes, when it was used to just be stills.
Oh yeah.
And then just before I continue, it is the Charles Martinet voice. I think they're just using the Game Boy Advance files uncompressed.
Okay.
I think that's what it sounds like. Granted, it could be different audio files because they have so many audio files of Charles Martinet. I think they only changed one line of dialogue. It's not the big stupid monkey one yet. That's later in the game. We will find out if that's still there. They changed the line where he says, "No, you don't," and then DK says, "No, you don't," and then he just dips.
Yeah. And then Mario like starts cursing him, and
Yeah, he's like, like,
I was like, whoa.
But that was really cool to see, and they actually did a live big band like orchestration of the music. I can hear it, and I'm like, yo, this feels like good. This feels good to hear live music. Like, this is awesome. So, you know what? I wasn't initially excited. You know, it was the game I was gonna skip for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which, you know, understandably, but I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited to replay that game. It's been very, very long. Like pre me being with my wife long. Like
you could say it's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah. But yeah. It's
cool,
a good
cool.
game. I'm excited for that. And then they did drop on Steam. I played it on my PC. I know, weird.
Wait, what?
That. Yeah, they did drop it on Steam. It's a demo for Tales of Kandara Zao.
Oh, I thought you were like hanging on to that last topic. Oh, they also dropped it on Steam.
Nintendo dropping Mario versus. That's the first Nintendo game. Damn,
you big monkey. Steam edition.
Oh, I should probably add real quick to Mario vs Donkey Kong. Apparently, there's like new worlds, so there's actually new content being added to the original game. So that's cool. I'm assuming they're gonna be like post game. So keep that in mind that you have to beat the original game probably to get to the new stuff.
Get to this new stuff. I do want to say I think they're missing out on the bit of like additional content that they could do. They could bring back Pauline because she has a new model on her. So why not? Why not? Yeah, like why not like have like the second half, like after you beat the initial game, maybe the extra levels, they can actually like create a storyline where Pauline gets kidnapped. Well, maybe not kidnapped. We'll see how that plays out. But like
because the original game didn't have Pauline either.
Oh no, then in that case it was the other one.
It was Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2 March of the Minis that brought Pauline back after so many years.
Okay, well, we'll have to see
the first MVDK was not did not have that. It was just basically it was just DK. The plot is literally DK being like just a consumer of propaganda is the best I can put it.
My God.
He saw the mini toys on TV. He was like, "Oh, I gotta get those." He's like, "Mini Marios." Like,
man. Well, at least he's not trying to sell it sell it on eBay or anything like that at a higher price.
He's like me for real. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's like, see the amiibos. He's like, I gotta go get those.
That's me. DK's like me for real, dude.
He sees the Sora amiibos. He has to get all of them.
Oh, hey, speaking of that, Sora comes out the same day as Mario vs. Donkey Kong. So
that's crazy. Did you know about like the pre-orders just showing up for like the Zelda theme amiibos?
Yeah.
I went yesterday and did a pre-order for the Wolf Link and then the Guardian one. I was like, oh, cool. Let's just do it.
Hell yeah. Hey, Wolf Link's a good one too, because that's actually useful in both Twilight Princess HD for Wii U and Breath of the Wild. It's an actual gameplay thing in Breath of the Wild.
Yes, it is. Although they kind of skipped out on that with Tears of the Kingdom. Now it's a little bit more minor on that one.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's true.
But like, it is the actual real gameplay like advantage.
That is true.
Next to you the whole time.
But the problem is that I don't have like Wii U information from Twilight Princess HD, so that Wolf Link is going to be kind of frail. That's right. So, which makes me wonder if they can do something with that. Like, what does that mean?
Also,
yeah, like, because they did a whole reprints of like all the other amiibos, and that was in time for just
bringing Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD to Switch. Is that what you're referring to?
I didn't say that.
Well, because then they would make the integration make sense. You could still
it makes sense, yeah. So I mean, we'll see.
If you need to, Justin, I have an extra Wii U you could just borrow, and then you can just play the game real quick.
Yeah, and just like load up the data there.
Load up the data. Well, you understand what you have to do, right?
Yeah, I have to go through the pit of 100 trials and actually finish it with the best like health I have.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure
Which also requires you to find all the health, like
all the health, and then finesse the trials, and then I can unload that data. So, yeah. It'll be tough to do, but it makes a lot of sense if it was ported. So we'll see. It's a new year, new potential Zelda game. So
new year, new Nintendo.
No,
it's still New Year, same Nintendo.
Oh yeah. Not until like 2025. We'll see.
But yeah, no. Tales of Kandara Zao. It's that Metroidvania that was revealed at the Game Awards about the creator like talking about how his father had passed away, and like how this is kind of a game that's inspired it, and it's like it's got a lot of like African culture in it, and it's got a really pretty visual set. Like it looks so cool. So I guess you play as a shaman. I kind of skipped story stuff because I didn't want to. Usually when I play a demo, I don't like to talk about story. I just want to get to gameplay. So I skipped a lot of story stuff, but from the gist of it, you play as a shaman with with the power of the sun and the moon, and you can change between the two masks, like on the fly, and that kind of changes your combat options. Like the moon is kind of your projectile based, while the sun is more like melee based, and it feels good to play. I was running around this world, and I'm like, yo, this is kind of tight. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh wait, bro, are you telling me are you telling me the mechanics of Sea of Stars real quick? Carry on.
Anyway, but no, it's really cool. It's a Metroidvania through and through. You know, there's exploration, there's hidden items to find. There's a skill tree, which is cool.
Oh, sick.
You know. And now, granted, you know, this is an indie game, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's a really, really good-looking indie game, right? But you know, if you're gonna compare it to Prince of Persia, obviously Prince of Persia is a fantastic choice. You know what I mean? Like that's up. That I think Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown has set like the bar right now for like Metroidvanias.
Oh wow!
That and Metroid Dread, right? So. I don't know if it's as good as those, but I definitely think it's really cool and it's fun, and I kind of want to play through it when it comes out.
Gotcha.
It is coming out on everything, so
everything.
Yeah, Switch, PS4, PS5, Series X, Xbox One, PC.
How's the performance on that?
Switch. Well, my PC's not amazing.
Oh, you're also
so I played it on. Yeah, the demo is only on Steam. But that's why I asked you if you wanted to download it on Steam Deck and try it out, because I feel like it would be a lot cooler to play on Steam Deck.
Gotcha.
But I played it on low quality and it ran good, 60 frames, no problem.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So I was enjoying it. Low quality, but the UI was still like really high quality. So I was like, that's kind of cool.
All right.
Yeah. So it kind of looked like I was playing Switch, but on a bigger screen. You know what I mean?
And essentially, yeah.
But I'm actually sure the Switch version is going to look a little better. So
it's probably better optimized.
Yeah.
We'll see about the frame rate later on.
I would hope that game is 60. I mean, it's a Metroidvania. It would be kind of weird if it's 30.
I don't know. After Image is also kind of low on that. I think it depends on like how the developers handle it.
I was gonna say Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is 30 on Switch, so maybe. And that one's fine. Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, like fluidity is nice, but for a Metroidvania, you don't necessarily need that per se.
But other than that, there was one more drop that happened this week. But I will talk about that during the State of Play.
Oh, sure.
I do know before I do pickups. Actually, I should do the pickups because then we can. Actually, you should do this now, if you have any as well, because my last pickup would probably transition into the next topic.
Well, I do want to say, as another thing that happened this past week. It's about a certain game that got delisted. It's
Oh,
Spec Ops: The Line.
yeah,
It's due to licensing, of course, but it started to disappear from Steam, and then it then spread out to like Xbox. So that's a tough one to kind of
yeah.
just lose. So unless you have
That's
the
a
physical
big
media
one.
for it, you don't really have a means to like replay that. Unless
Yeah,
they,
dude. The Spec
yeah.
Ops series, I know from like afar. Like I never really played through. I have, I think, the PS1. Like I think I have some
Hmm.
of them. But from what I heard, I've never played the line. But people keep telling me, "Oh, dude, you have to play it. It's really good." Like it's a war story, it's generic, but and it's got that PS3 360 era of grays and that gray look, that dark gritty look.
Oh my god.
But it's like one of the better war stories told, and it's like really good. It's just a really good game to play. And I was like, man, really? I was like, Spec Ops: The Line? Like, okay. So I never gave it a chance, and I actually don't own a physical copy, so it's killing me that I don't own one now.
Hmm.
Because I feel like the prices for that game are
It's
going
gonna
to
start,
skyrocket,
yeah, for sure.
especially the 360 version. Because even though it's delisted, you can still use your physical copy on Series X and download it. So keep that in mind. The 360, and I think it has like Series X like upscales and
Boosted,
whatnot.
yeah,
So
gotcha.
if you're collecting it for 360, you might have an issue. I actually want to get the PS3 version, but that's because all the Spec Ops games are on PlayStation. So I was like,
Yeah, okay,
collector in me is like, I want to keep the series together. So
that's fair.
so I might,
Gotcha.
but I'm looking into it. It's so far it hasn't completely went up yet. It's still looking at around 20 to 30 bucks. So might want to hop on it if you are a fan of the game or don't own it or you were just curious about it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And then another thing that kind of dropped tech wise, and I only bring this up because of the potential that I see in
Oh
it.
my god.
It's the Apple Vision Pro.
I knew it.
Listen, we
Well,
were talking about
actually,
it.
I've got mine right here.
What, bro? What are you doing with that?
Imagine I really spent that money for that and not a Steam
You
Deck.
could have
Like,
bought
God,
like more games,
I could have bought a Steam Deck and I would have had more fun.
like a good handful of them.
Yeah, like, at least two with a bunch of games. Like,
That's that's true.
oh my god.
Just going to town on a Steam sale with like 35 like
And
$100.
you know what? I might have just even bought the dock too. Screw it. Like,
The dock as well. Yeah, dude.
oh my god.
What was I going on with? Oh yeah. So with the Apple Vision Pro, they got a lot of cool like tech in it as far as just like the spatial like awareness of like different things, interfaces and whatnot. And we already know about the Meta Quest 3. They had a an application for Xbox Cloud to be like utilized with that one, and that's actually really sick too. The only thing would just be like that latency, but what you could do in the Meta Quest 3 is that you have different like scaling options for how big the screen you want it to be, to a point where like if you enlarge it to a certain point, it will just curve out. And I think that's like actually really sick. But aside from wanting like a native like way to play like your games, like hook it up to like one of those headsets, it'd be really cool with the Apple Vision Pro to kind of do something similar to that. Because right now they'll at least support it with like Apple Arcade. So just the idea
That
of having like a virtual space where the screen just pops out in front of you is great.
you seen the memes, right?
Yeah.
I like the dude who had the Tesla on auto drive and then he's just
Yeah, he's just like,
sitting there. Yeah.
and someone's,
I was like, oh my god.
I believe it's a community note that says like, hey, like they literally say, don't drive and use this piece of product. But like at the same time, well, actually, to be fair, like the way you see through is through cameras, not your actual eyeballs. So
Yeah.
if
But
something
isn't he also
happens,
getting arrested?
I have no idea.
Isn't he getting a ticket? Yeah, I think he's getting a ticket
Probably.
in that video.
Mm.
So don't do that, kids.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, don't do that. I like the idea of having that hooked up to like whatever Apple product you got. Hopefully you can like use other like applications, but it's more native that way where you can like just project another screen and like your keyboard and mouse will just like work with it. So I was like, oh, that's sick.
Jesus Christ.
So you
Justin,
don't have
are
to.
you planning to get one?
Nah, because I don't have like a Mac or anything. I could see it if I had a Mac, but I have just primarily Windows here and
Yeah, I
there.
was gonna
So
say,
yeah,
nah.
yeah, nah. It'd be
Well,
really cool
considering the
if there was
price,
some.
I think,
It'd be really cool if they actually had like more gaming applications for it. So it's like, that makes sense. Resident Evil like 4 on it?
good
Yo.
lord.
First person? Oh. That'd be
Hey man, just
wild.
tell all the PSVR 2 users, they do it.
Oh yeah, they do it. Yeah, see, we can learn from all that. Hey, at least like
It's not good.
Apple's like learned to open up towards like direct parties to do like cloud gaming. So there's that. We see a future there. But for now, that was just a little piece of tech that's like really interesting. Is just definitely showing up on stores. People are talking about it. People are posting memes about it. So I gotta talk about it.
Yep.
Also, real quick, another piece of tech. The Riffmaster. I'm not sure if you've seen that.
Oh lordy.
Supports Rock Band 4 as well as Fortnite Festival.
Yeah, so
That's kind
like
of
that's
sick.
fine. That's kind of sick. The thing I said it before. Actually, I don't think we ever talked about Fortnite Festival on here. I haven't played it, but my favorite rhythm game of all time like is the Rock Band series. So like Rock Band and Guitar Hero, they kind of go hand in hand, but like
Sure.
I mostly prefer Rock Band for the party style. If I'm playing solo, I prefer Guitar Hero. But
Mhm.
the point is, the fact that Harmonix, who is the creator of Rock Band and the original Guitar Hero, let's not forget they actually invented that. They are the ones who made Fortnite Festival, and it's literally just Rock Band, but in Fortnite. Like that could be a cool way for that series to live on because Fortnite's not going anywhere.
True.
So, and I love the idea of every one of your character skins that you own or everything that you have in your account can work on those games. And I mean, like, I meant like the racing game by the team who made Rocket League and
Right.
Festival. Because Lego, obviously, that doesn't work. But it's just cool. Like I can play. I can play as my stormtrooper and just hit the Buddy Holly riff. You know what I mean?
Just the moment that Epic wants to do something aside from Fortnite or make a Fortnite 2 that doesn't transfer a lot of like stuff, that's gonna be a huge travesty.
Oh my god! But it's cool because it's rotating songs and it's like season passes for festival. If you don't want to buy the pass to have the songs on there, you don't have to. They rotate every day, I think.
Oh, cool.
And and every season they're gonna add new songs, and they don't just get rid of songs. They just add
on to it.
Yeah, they just add on to it.
Cool. And
because it's considered Fortnite Festival and it's not technically a Rock Band game, it's not specifically to the rock genre either. It could be like any type of genre.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Eminem's in there. So I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Like they had The Weeknd on there, Eminem, and then they have like promotions where like they had The Weeknd himself like as the lead singer, so you could play music. Yeah. So it's really cool, and the actual setup for the game really is Rock Band. Like it's literally the bars coming down, there's the hammer-ons and everything, and I'm like, what the? This is so. It's just Rock Band. Granted, vocals are limited to the bar as well, so you don't actually sing. I kind of wish they would change that a little bit, but I think that makes. No, I was gonna say I think they did it for online play, but then I realized. Rock Band had online play and you could do all 4 instruments. I don't understand. So maybe in the future, but the point is people were like begging them, hey, can we get guitar support at least? Because like I would personally play more, like I would actually sit there and play that game forever and I will buy the passes if I could just have a guitar and just play it all day like the good old days. And the Riffmaster, it's happening.
Yeah, that's kind of sick. Wait a minute.
It is going to be compatible, yeah, like you said, for Rock Band 4 and Fortnite Festival, and there's a PlayStation version and an Xbox version. So,
whoa, okay.
I might get the Xbox version, considering I play Fortnite more on Xbox, but yeah.
But yeah, that is releasing in the spring, so stay tuned for that.
Delicious. I'm in.
Yes. And I think that's kind of it as far as like other things releasing. That's prior to like the state of play.
Yeah.
Did you want to go ahead and do some pickups?
Yes.
I got nothing. So I mean,
oh, okay. It's a bunch of limited run stuff, but
sick.
the last pickup here is going to be the one we transition to the next topic that isn't state of play, but we'll get to it.
Okay.
Yeah. You and I can do it. You and I can do this.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
All right.
I got some limited run pickups. I'm going to start from what I usually do, like my least interesting to the most interesting.
Gotcha.
All right.
Take a look, sees everybody.
I have 5 Switch games and 1 PS4. I'm actually going to do the Switch first.
Okay.
Let's see. I got Myth Force.
Ooh, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. Okay, so I kind of regret this one, but
it's rough because you don't really know until the end product. But yeah.
Yeah, like I got it. Well, for one, I got it because it was a numbered game. But 2, I like the idea of it. It sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's a first-person shooter technically, but you're like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
So it's not guns or anything. It's more like magic and mages and whatnot, and bow and arrows and swordplay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a roguelike. So it's always like dungeons that you can just keep playing
ever
over
changing,
and over again. And it's 2-player co-op. Yeah, it's co-op online. So like I was like, oh, that's cool. My problem is I think I picked up the wrong version. The Switch version runs poorly compared to like the PlayStation version, which I probably should have got it on. So, that's all right. I haven't tried it. They probably could have fixed it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So let me not say that. But the next one I have in my hand is Sword of the Vagrant.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's not by Vanillaware, but it is vanilla. Like it's not by Vanillaware, but it's got that look.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's got that art style. It's kind of a 2D hack and slash game.
Gotcha.
Like there's literally combos and whatnot in it, so it just looked really cool. Like and like the graphics look really cool. So I was like, oh, I gotta see that. So I got that. Then I got my more interesting games, like the big ones. So this is, let me get the name right.
Mm-hmm.
Kumajo Remilia Scarlet Symphony.
Yes. I looked at that. I was like, why does that look so Toho? I feel
it is a Toho game.
It's
a Toho game.
Yeah.
It is originally a Toho fan game in 2009. It was on PC. It was made just to be a fan game of the Toho universe. And this is an actual remaster of that old like PC Flash game. And it's a Metroidvania, so it's a really cool. It's like a Symphony of the Night inspired Metroidvania game. Like, it's got really good reviews on Steam. Like, it's a really good like. It looks top tier as hell, dude. Like the pixel art looks incredible. There's a sequel to this. Like, the sequel's is already on Switch. Like,
okay. All right.
What the? Yeah, I was like, I kind of have to get this. This looks really cool. Yeah, dude, I'm excited to play this one. This one looks fun.
All right.
Next one is called Another Crusade.
I thought you were gonna say another code.
I know. I was weird that I got
another code Crusade.
Yeah, another. No, this is Another Crusade. This is I've never really heard of anything about this game until the limited run show, like for their E3 show from last year.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But from what you told me, it's kind of like Mario RPG as far as the presentation.
No, in general,
in general,
it's basically a love letter to Mario RPG. So it has the top down kind of like isometric view. It kind of has like the movement in on the outer world, but when you're in combat, it is turn based, but with time to base attacks and all the stuff you like about Mario RPGs. This is what it does too. So I haven't played it yet. I like the idea of Mario RPGs don't always have to be Mario. So I'm excited to try this.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope it's good. I got good hopes for it.
Gotcha.
You ready for the big one?
Yes, let's do it.
I'm going to just pull them both out because I feel like at this point they're the same game. They are the same game. I just got them on 2 different consoles because I'm sick. But
I'm sick.
it's finally here. I don't think I need to introduce the game. I just let you know that I'm just happy to finally have a physical copy of this game because the PSP version is stupid expensive. But I don't think I could have lived without getting this. So, ladies and gentlemen, baby, 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 baby,
Let's go.
baby.
Yeah. So it's right here.
It's here, ladies and gentlemen. I got Persona 3 Portable. I got the Switch version and I got the PS4 version.
That's sick.
I got them both because like I'm gonna play it on Switch, but like I don't know. I feel wrong if I didn't get the PlayStation version. Like it's kind of a PlayStation series.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I see it.
Granted, there's no PS5 version, so I couldn't get myself the triple dip. I couldn't do it because I would have got the Xbox version as well. Because the Xbox version is Series X, so that's the only next gen version. Well,
technically speaking, yeah, that takes advantage of like the modern hardware. So
yeah, like those ones run at 120 frames for no reason.
No reason.
It doesn't need to. Literally doesn't need to. Like the Switch version runs 60. Why would you?
Like you're good.
Like, but I'm really happy to have these. And as far as I can tell, but comparison wise, the box art and the back of the box and everything, it matches the PSP release.
Ooh.
It literally matches everything, like screenshots and everything.
That's
even the inside art, and it's even got the original. If I can pull it out, it's even got the manual that matches the original manual for PSP. It's even got the whole Persona like fusing chart in the back.
Oh.
So in case you ever wanted to know what personas make what when you fuse them in game, it's got the whole chart.
The whole chart? Whoa.
The whole chart.
Ah, that's sick.
And then the inside art's the tower, obviously.
Oh, okay. All right.
And that's on both.
That's on both.
And then I'm a little happy that the cover arts for both of these games are a little
slightly different.
Slightly different. They had to move the logo on the Switch version.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, so that's cool. They got a little variant on there. So that's fun.
I'll be
I also have I obviously have P4 Golden as well pre-ordered. So those ones have a reversible cover art. So I'm gonna use one for the PlayStation version and one for the Switch version.
You did the same. You doubled up for that one as well.
Yes, I did.
Gotcha.
I have to.
No shame. It's just like just wanted to confirm.
Yeah.
Because
you got the Xbox versions, right?
I did. Yes. I got the limited runs like Grimoire edition, which is kind of like a middle tier. There's like a high tier where like it has a whole collection of other things. I just kind of wanted to settle with like the Grimoire edition, but that's kind of taking a while to get processed. So that's the only issue.
The homie Daniel has both of the big collector's editions pre-ordered.
Whoa, it's money. That's why I was like,
it's money.
Yeah,
but it's also like Shin Megami Tensei is like one of his favorite series of all time.
That lines up.
He literally will, if he can, he will go for the highest like one for any SMT related product.
Gotcha.
So there's only like 5 series he'll do that for, and one of those is SMT, and Persona falls in that category.
Sure. And I guess that assumes that like Reload's also a thing he got, like the big collector's edition. Yeah. I mean, it's sick. Yeah.
I think he got it on PS5, but yes.
Nah, that's good.
Which is why I wanted to kind of transition into that. You and I have played a little bit of Reload, haven't we?
Yes.
I don't know how far you've gotten, but I didn't get that far either.
Yeah, it just released like yesterday, so it's pretty much the same for both of us. We essentially were able to play it through Game Pass, which is like really sick because regardless if you get PlayStation 4 or like for Xbox One, it is still $70. So that's it's a pretty expensive game. So the fact that you can get it through Game Pass is just, it's such a blessing. And it's a really cool Xbox and it's like Sega type of like collaboration on that front.
I was gonna say it's an expensive game, and you can't ask me. I love Persona, but you can't possibly sit here and ask me if I only had to choose one game this month to sit there between that and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Are you kidding me? God. Of course, I'm gonna choose Final Fantasy.
And for me, it was like, do you want to get Grand Blue Fantasy relinked, or do you want to get Persona? It's like, ooh, that's rough. Same week, so it's like, I'll just stick with Game Pass and wait for like the price to drop on a physical copy. So,
Same. I feel bad saying that, but yeah, same, same. But we have played it on Game Pass.
Yes.
And you know what? It's pretty damn good.
It's sick.
It's pretty damn good.
I will tell you that I got to pretty much like wrapped up on like the first dungeon. That's kind of where I wanted to be.
Oh wow, okay, so you have more to talk about. I got to where you start the dungeon, and then I called it a day.
Oh, it's just a little bit more. Oh, okay.
I just wanted to get to combat. I wanted to get a little bit into it and see what it looks like, and then that's about it.
Yeah, same. Because I think it was kind of the same way with the original when we actually sat down and actually played through when it originally was on released for Game Pass.
Oh, when we checked out P3P portable on Game Pass.
Yeah, I'll put you in a trance. I was like, oh my god.
trance, put you in a trance.
Yeah, but I felt like when we were playing through like Reload in this case, it took a long time to get to actual like combat. Even like the first introduction of it, that wasn't even a tutorial. It was just kind of like here's a cool little scenario where you can interact with it. It took a while. It took me 2 hours to actually get there.
I also think that that's kind of just due to the fact that this is kind of like this is their version of a Final Fantasy VII remake style remake, right? Like this is them expanding on everything. It's not just one for one, even though a lot of the beats are there.
Yeah.
They're expanding a little bit more into story and characters and fleshing them out more than having than just the small dialogue that they have, you know?
That's true.
So they definitely took a while just to get there. Because I was like, oh wow, there's a lot of new text and new like things that are being added.
Yeah. So
while keeping the originals for the most part.
This is true. I just hope that the gameplay loop now starts to like intertwine between that and like school life stuff. Because it was becoming like dialogue super heavy.
I hope that modern Persona fans can really get into this one, because Persona 3 is it's the one that started basically what Persona is now, like it in its identity. But Persona 3 also is the weird one out of the bunch where there is no like different dungeons. It is just one giant connected dungeon. So it's the same setting no matter what. Like it doesn't really change.
I see.
So how they integrated that in Reload, I'm not sure. But as far as I can tell, yeah, it's Persona 3. Like like it's really good. It just looks really damn cool. Like they went the Persona 5 route where like the menus are stylish. Like when he's like just floating in the water and everything he does is just like he's flipping the Tartarus cards and stuff. I'm like, yo, this UI is so sick, dude. Like what the this is so cool. I will say that they also changed all the voice actors. So they're not bad. I like them. They sound pretty good. You know, they sound perfect for a modern audience. I like how they added the trigger warnings at the beginning.
Fair enough.
Did you notice that?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, the original ones had those, but yeah.
Yeah. Did Persona 5 have something like that? Because it is kind of deep on that. No.
Nope.
Oh my god.
No. This seems to be a modern like trend going on, which is fine.
That's fair. Yeah.
Books do it all the time. I know Katrina reads a lot of books, and there's trigger warnings and all the, like, hey, like this book contains this. If you're still ready to play or read, like. So I get it. I mean, not spoilers because it's Persona 3 and it's
Persona 3, but like,
yes. I mean, for Christ's sakes, the opening cutscene has like Hikari pointing a gun to her head, it's saying, true. I can do this, and you're like,
hey, like without the context, you're like, oh, whoa,
yeah, like without context, you're like, oh, damn, what game is this?
I think Maximilian Dude said it best alongside like his chat, but essentially those moments, though incorporated because it is Persona 3, it's a lot more subdued in this like remake. It's a thing that happens. allow the evoker and just the stimulus thing just to activate Persona. That's it. I mean, that's still the same thing with Persona 3 in general, but there was a lot more emphasis, and it was just more controversial as of that fact back when it released on PlayStation 2.
Yeah. And basically, up until Reload, all of the versions of Persona 3 that had been released were all based on that PS2 game. So it was like Persona 3 Fez still kept the same PS2 stuff. Persona 3 Portable, as long as you played as the male protagonist, I just call him Makoto because that's his actual name. It's still the same game. Like, they didn't change much other than like visual presentation and whatnot. So this is cool. This is basically their chance to completely redo the game from the ground up. Am I still like a little disappointed that it's not the definitive version of Persona 3? Yeah. This could have been so much more had they actually went in and integrated the answer from Fez and actually keep the female protagonist as a choice, because she's basically a new game. Like, she is literally a complete, like, you play Persona 3 Portable and you choose the female version, it's basically a new Persona game.
I might have to do that, playing that one and now playing Reload.
Yeah, because it's literally a completely different game. Like, the choices you have are completely different. The music and soundtrack changes. The story beats change a little bit. Like, it's enough to be, wow, this is basically a brand new game, you know? So I kind of wish that was all there. I guess DLC could rectify that, but I kind of also would be like, damn, you charged me $70 and then I gotta pay DLC to get the rest of the content. Yeah. That's kind of a red flag, but so I still am a little disappointed it is not the definitive version. But Persona 3 is so good that, like, I don't even think you need the answer, honestly. Like, that's like a whatever. Like, it's an epilogue. It helps for some context, especially for Aigis, but you don't need it. Like,
sure,
everybody agrees story-wise it's really good, but like the gameplay of it sucked. So
yeah.
So it's like, you don't need that. What I'm really more upset about, this is why I actually was okay with them choosing Persona 3 Portable as the remaster, because at least that one has like a substantial amount of new content, like the female protagonist. So it's like, you're just missing the good, like, overworld gameplay. And that's what makes me happy about Reload, is we finally get a version of 3 with the really good 3D overworld.
Gotcha.
Which was on PS2, but the PSP version's more like a visual novel. So I'm enjoying it. I kind of want to keep playing it, but at the same time, I'm like,
you can't risk that.
Dude, there's just so many games, man.
There's a lot, especially like for this week.
But it's good. I highly recommend. Big
Same
thumbs
here.
up from over here.
Like,
Mark, if you're hearing this, you have Game Pass. Stop it. Play that game.
Do it. Aniyah, if you don't have Aniyah, if you don't have Game Pass, get that. Get Persona, or hell, just get Persona on PlayStation. Just do it.
I still think Persona 3 Reload could come to the next gen Switch, mind you, but I feel like at this point they're doing multi-platform for most of their games.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of weird to see that game not come to Switch at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe not the current Switch, but whatever the next one is.
I think they'll do it.
Yeah. And if that happens, I'll pick it up there, because I'm a sick person.
You're sick.
I need, because I'm sick and I love different versions of games. I don't know what it is. My collection's riddled with doubles.
Oh no, not the duplicates.
Well, I mean, at least they're different versions, so like they're not complete duplicates. If I start buying, Justin, stop me if I keep buying the same game for the same console over and over again.
Gotcha. I found you, faker.
That's
faker.
Faker. Oh, hey, real quick before State of Play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sonic 3.
Huh?
The movie.
Oh, Sonic 3, the movie. Oh, I was gonna say, wait.
The movie.
You want to chain it in now?
Dude, Jim Carrey confirmed to return.
That's true.
As Robotnik, and then the cast choice.
Oh no, not Maria. Not Maria.
Yeah, they obviously she's gonna play Maria, and I don't know what's worse, the fact that we know she's gonna get shot, or the fact that everyone on the internet is like, oh, I can't wait to see her get shot. I'm like,
whoa.
What are you talking about? Dog, she's a child. What are you doing? Like,
You know what?
sick. You people are sick. Like, you're sicker than me.
Trauma feeding.
Good lord. But the big cast inclusion, and people have theories, and I kind of agree with those theories, is Kristen Ritter is in that cast. And if you don't know who she is, she plays Jessica Jones. In the MCU. And the theory is that she's gonna play Rouge the Bat. And if that's the case, that character literally is Jessica Jones. So that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Because if they're introducing Shadow, I would assume Rouge is going to be there, you know?
Fair enough. How they gonna design Rouge is gonna be beyond me at that point. But I hope that there's I hope there's one sack somewhere.
But Idris Elba also confirmed that he's returning as Knuckles for the movie. So
Hell yeah, let's go.
he's actually I forget that I have to say off the internet if I want to not watch Super Bowl commercials because they're releasing them already. But the Paramount Plus one is hilarious if you've never seen it. The one they're gonna do for next week's Super Bowl. It's Patrick Stewart obviously is as Star Trek's Picard, right?
Okay, yeah.
And it's him, and it's I forget what player it is from the Miami Dolphins, but he's like trying to throw a hook to climb the mountain. He's like, I can't do it. If only it was a football. And then Patrick Stewart and Drew Barrymore are sitting there, and he goes, maybe a football shaped object. And they turn around to Arnold from Hey Arnold. And he's like, oh, and then the cop from Reno 911 and Knuckles, because Knuckles is getting his own show on Paramount Plus.
That's funny.
Is just sitting there like, throw the child. Knuckles is literally saying, throw the child. I agree. And it's Idris Elba playing him.
Yeah,
so it's like, oh my god. And so Patrick Stewart takes off his jacket and he's wearing an old like classic American football like getup with the helmet and everything. And he grabs Arnold and he starts chucking him. and to this, Drew Barrymore's just like, what the? And she turns around and she goes, oh great, Creed's here too. And it's Creed like singing that song, Can You Take Me Higher? And everybody in the cast is just singing it. Just Knuckles going to a place where the... And then just Arnold in the air, and he's just like, he can throw me higher. And then he fails, he hits the wall. But
that poor child.
He hits the wall and it falls down. And that's not even the best joke. The best joke is when they all look at each other and goes, I think we need something that looks like pigskin. And they all look at Peppa Pig. And Peppa Pig just goes, oh dear. And that's the commercial. I was like, that's cinematic.
That's peak cinema.
Peak cinema. I don't even use Paramount Plus, but like the commercial.
Yeah. But it doesn't make you want to subscribe for it is the question.
Only for Knuckles.
Only for Knuckles. I get that.
Only for Knuckles.
Might have to use a child for that.
Yeah, basically. I feel bad, but basically.
Throw the child.
Throw the child. It's just the cop from Reno 911 just going, yeah, let's just throw the child. Yes, I agree. Throw him. Knuckles, chill, dude.
I guess that means that's open for like all other subscriptions to do that.
I totally forgot the one scene as he's flying in the air. You could see him coming off Master Chief's like.
No way. That's true because it's also
the Halo series is on Paramount. It's perfect. It was a perfect commercial. Best Paramount commercial yet.
Oh my god. Right,
because I went on a tangent, but I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Sonic 3, December 2024, baby. We're back.
Oh my god, is this recent? Okay.
This year, we're coming with no trailer, but the logo. They knew what they were doing. It matches the Sonic Adventure 2 logo. You already know.
Trauma sets in December 2024.
Blue quills, black and
Yeah,
red pills. You already
that's
know.
that's perfect.
Maria.
No.
Oh god.
Whoa.
Can't wait. I can't wait for Eggman's cousin to be shot.
That's it's rough. It's rough for Maria.
Oh my god. But yeah, let's do this.
Okay,
I think all we have left is state of play.
Is the state of play.
Let me pull up the chart.
The chart, the listing, maybe the blog even.
Can you take me? That had me rolling, dude. The fact that they got Creed to be there is hilarious.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Let me see what we got.
Incredible. Incredible.
They got the PlayStation blog for it, but it seems to be kind of out of order, so
yeah, I'm looking for the one that's in order. Let me see. Roundup.
Chronologically. Not that either. I mean, I guess naturally you could just kind of like.
I have what was in front of us, but I will try to piece it together as good as I can with memory, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Otherwise, we could just boot up like the stream and just mute that for a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'm so stupid.
I'm gonna do that. Me higher?
Oh my bad. I'm still signed into the Tanuki account. Give me 1 minute.
I mean, for the sake of state of play, maybe. Shoot. I was like,
okay, let's see.
Where do I go for this one?
I understand that it may contain inappropriate content for me. God, I'm not a child. Okay, so I'm right here. We're ready to go when you are. Ready?
Yes, ready.
All right. State of play happened on Wednesday. I didn't get to watch it on time because I had jury duty this week.
Boy, that's rough.
Yeah. Yeah. I was actually really excited because I was like, oh, 2 o'clock. I'm off at 1:30. I get to go home. I can sit down and watch it and react, be excited. Nope. I was in court.
Gotcha.
I still have to go next week. But yeah, I'm still there. It's not done. But I got to catch up after. I was at the gym watching it. So and they opened up.
Oh, yeah.
They opened up with an obvious one. Helldivers 2, baby.
Yes.
And I keep saying it. Helldivers 1 is great. It was a really cool game. Really fun indie kind of game, but PlayStation did publish it. They're publishing this one too, and this one's taking it from the top-down view to the third-person view, and it just looks like a lot. It just looks like Helldivers. Like it looks like Helldivers, but in third person, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
that just means a lot of fun co-op stuff.
It looks really good too.
It looks fun.
There's a lot of particle effects going on here, so like, yeah.
I hope we can all get the game eventually, so we can play it.
It comes out next week, right? Like the 6th
or the 8th? Yes.
Yeah, it's really recent.
It's close. It is close. Let me get the date right now for you.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be available on PlayStation 5 and PC, I think.
The 8th.
The 8th.
The 8th.
I hope they do crossplay. I think it makes sense for me to like get it on like PC. I don't have PlayStation Plus anymore, so
it is crossplay.
Hell yeah! Well, I'll get for
the
PC
original. Then. The original was crossplay between PS4, PS3, and Vita. So
wow, dude.
Yeah,
they kind of really cooked with that one, like.
So it's good. I highly recommend Helldivers. I can't wait to play it myself. Is it a day one pickup? No, because too many games come out this month. True. Too many games come out in general. But sure. And I can't even say I'm waiting for a sale. It's $40. It's a $40 release. Like that's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal. Granted, it's online only, so just keep that in mind.
Gotcha.
But, if you have friends that are willing to actually play Helldivers with you, I totally recommend that.
That sounds like a Tanuki thing. Or it can be whatever.
It does kind of sound like a Tanuki Media thing, but yeah. We just have to convince Aniyah to play a third-person shooter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the third person might not be as bad. We'll find out.
No. Well, I mean, damn, it took him so long to convince him to play a first person, let alone third. But yeah, they opened with Helldivers. Quick, didn't take too long to talk about it, like a minute and 15 seconds. It's all it needs because it's coming out too soon. But I'm glad they did because they noted that is the first big PlayStation first party title this year.
Mm-hmm.
So good on them. Good on them. Because right after that and the intro,
yeah,
we got to a hefty
gameplay story overview.
Yup. Of Stellar Blade, baby.
It looks really clean.
Otherwise known as Bayonetta Cross Nier Automata. But
it looked like a touch of Scarlet Nexus.
A touch, just a slight
just
touch.
Like this nice touch.
A sprinkle on top. Yeah. It looks good, dude. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. I need it. Oh lordy. Yeah, developed by Shift Up. It's being published by PlayStation. So this is a first party release. Sick. Which is kind of, it's giving me that PS2 era PlayStation vibe. You know what I mean? Like that PlayStation will just publish cool and crazy Japanese games. Like this is a South Korean game, but
yeah.
But like it just looks good. Like it just looks really fun to play. The action looks solid. The story is all over the place. Like most action games.
Yeah. Has like a lot of near. Yeah.
It just looks really good. Visuals look crazy good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is an actual PS5 exclusive, so really just hyped to play it. Why'd they give her a tie?
Wait, what? Oh, they do have. She does have a tie.
Why did she have a tie?
Yeah, no, they went crazy with the character designs. I can't even fret because she's got different like drips that you can select from.
No, she looks good. It's just like I don't understand that the tie. Is it just because they thought it would look cool?
Because she stands on the business.
I get it. All right, you're right. No, you're right. A lot of religious and Christian themes in there. I don't know if you noticed it. Her name is Eve. Granted, the game was originally called Project Eve.
True.
But her name is Eve. Adam's there. Lily, which is supposed to be Lilith, and like yeah. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So very, very heavy on the religious themes, but hey, that's the story they're going to choose with. I can't wait. It looks good. The action looks solid. There is a physical copy of it.
Nice.
It is getting the young physical release. So
the young physical release. Let's go. Do we have a price tag on that one, or is it?
$70.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it is a next gen game or a current gen game. I need to stop saying next gen.
This is true.
But it is releasing on April 26th.
Yeah. So I mean, they're stacking up the release days now.
That's good. They got February checked with Helldivers. They got April checked with.
I think they have March as well.
Stellar Blade. They do. Well, I was gonna get to that, but they got them stacked. They got a good lineup for the next 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then after Stellar Blade, baby, like I understand that it was leaked and rumored beforehand, but like I still seeing it was like, what the we got Sonic Cross Shadows Generation, baby.
That's I saw that. I didn't believe it. Wow.
it was a thing, yeah.
Homie dropped in like the Sonic Adventure 2 logo and pose.
A full, complete remaster of the original Sonic Generations, which one finally
was two.
Two contains brand new story scenarios with Shadow, and it seems to be based on Shadow's generations of games. So a lot of it's being pulled from Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog, maybe Sonic Adventure 2? Well, I mean,
yes, because BioLizard's there. So yes,
yeah.
So a lot of whatever Shadow's memories are. So maybe some Sonic Hero scenarios, whatever he's in. Whatever games that he was appeared in since Sonic Adventure 2. It sounds like what they're gonna pull, and that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And the villain is Black Doom.
I'm not sure if he's gonna be a mainstay villain because it's
he's
still
considered. No. Sega announced that he is the main villain of Shadow Story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Give me a minute.
Okay, because I was like,
I don't want to get my info wrong.
because it is Sonic Generations at the end of the day with the remaster, and then there's Sonic Shadow scenarios added.
I gotta be careful when I type in Sonic Cross Shadow on Google.
I know, dude. I was typing that out the other day as a hashtag. I was like, wait, let's be careful about this, bro.
Good lord.
They could have called it Sonic Generations and Shadow, like. But I guess if it ain't Knuckles, it's not a good joke. So, all right.
Yeah. So Black Doom and his minions are going to be the antagonist.
I wonder how long that's going to be for as an expansion.
I hope it's decently long. I hope it's maybe not as many levels as like maybe classic and modern Sonic have, but a good amount would be cool. But yeah, that's coming out later this year in the fall. But I should also note that is not just a PlayStation exclusive. That is coming out on everything.
Everything. Even the Switch, bro.
Yep. Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PC. I can assure you that the modding community for Sonic Generations is probably ready to go.
Yeah. They're ready.
Yep. The next announcement was ZZZ because I didn't care. Oh, no.
Damn. I was ready to give you the quick briefing on that one.
No. I'm just kidding. It's Hoyo versus action game, correct?
Yes.
Zenless Zone Zero?
Yes. Cool. So it's another project they've been working on alongside like Genshin, alongside Star Rail.
Honkai? Yep.
Yeah. So
give me the brief. What is it about? Sell it to me, Justin.
It's essentially taking the cool aesthetics that they are known for as Hoyoverse and making it into a action RPG, and that's kind of the main premise. That's the greatest pull on that one is that it's fluid. It's taking a lot of the cool mechanics that we got from Genshin, just the standard RPG mechanics that you find in most other ones, and then just making it into an action game. So. I don't know the full extent as far as how you can extend out the action and everything like that, but that's kind of the main focus on this one, and that is being developed for PlayStation 5. So
I do like action games. I might. It is free to play, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, just give it a shot whenever it comes out.
Cool. You know what? I should give Genshin a shot. I know I trash on it a lot because
I mean,
it's really just me joking because I don't actually know how to play or anything. So I should download them.
I think I would obviously stick around with Genshin if I had kept consistent with the daily stuff, because there's quite a bit of number mechanic stuff, or at least just numbers to factor in as far as output damage and everything like that. So it can get kind of technical.
So what you're saying is I should try both Genshin and Honkai and see what I like.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'll go on my PS5 and at least add it to my library.
Yeah, Honkai Star Rail is available right now, so.
Hell yeah. All right, let's see.
We got the next thing on the list, actually.
Next thing on the list is... Mom, I really want Splatoon 3. No, Mom, no, son, we have Splatoon 3 at home.
I mean...
No, I'm kidding. Foam Stars, baby!
Foam Stars. Foam Stars.
We just can't get enough of it.
Right. They have a release date this time around. It's very soon. Next week. And
now,
if you have PlayStation...
If you're a PlayStation Plus.
It's free, baby.
We gonna stream it next week?
I guess I will have to get PlayStation Plus after all. I'm trying to get that off of my list of subscriptions, so it's yeah.
I mean, if you don't have to, it's just Foam Stars. It's not
a one-off.
It's not like, man, I have to pay subscription to play Foam Stars. Damn. No, it's not that crazy.
It's not that crazy, bro.
I have PlayStation Plus because I'm Philip and I have my three consoles with their subscriptions, but
yeah.
It isn't wow. This game is not one that I would go, man. I'm so glad I pay for PlayStation Plus.
I mean, listen, everyone has their own thing. I just have many subscriptions, so I'm just trying to take things out.
Apparently, Square Enix is charging $30 for this if you don't have PlayStation
That
Plus.
is true, but I guess you still need online.
Yeah, and it's an online only game, so it's like
So yeah, like regardless, that's why they put it on PlayStation Plus. So why not just get it for free while like doing the subscription?
A lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
I get it now. I get the mindset.
But hey, I'm down to try it. You know?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Next on the list, which is really funny because I saw you streaming like your reactions to it, and like you were like, "What was this not on PlayStation?" I was like,
it just feels like a no-brainer. It's like it feels like we already made that whole conversation that it's not like technically an indie game because it has a huge backing behind it, like their next song. But like
Dave the Diver is coming to PlayStation. That's good.
That's cool. And they also announced an additional crossover with it. So we
they
had
Dredge. The next free DLC.
Because, and now
because Dredge is also free. So the Dredge cross. So they had Dave the Diver cross Dredge. Now they're doing Dave the Diver cross Godzilla. Which is the wildest. Like, what the? Out of the blue, dude. And you know what? That's I can also confirm to you that's coming to Switch as well, the Godzilla crossover. So
whoa.
So yeah.
Dave the Diver physical win.
Dude, yeah. If they're gonna keep doing DLCs, I'll wait till everything's done. But
yeah, everything's in cart. Gotcha.
Like that's cool. I need to play it. It just looks super good.
Mm-hmm.
Next on the list, I don't know too much about.
Yeah, same.
But it looks kind of cool.
Looks kind of cool. It's kind of makes me think about it kind of reminds me of Marvel Ultimate Alliance and Hades.
Yeah, it's got that isometric look, like Diablo style. Like it has that look.
Yeah.
And from what I know, it's actually on Steam Early Access.
Oh.
So I hear it's good. People like it. So I'm like, oh, okay. So it looks cool though. I don't know too much about it to really sit here in detail, but I kind of like the look of it.
Mm-hmm.
The music's outstanding. That organ at the end, that classic vampire organ. I was like, ooh, the vibe.
Gotcha.
So I was cool with that. Oh, okay. We got a big boy one here. All right.
How big?
This is I don't think
yeah. I got you. I had to like hover over to the chapter. I was like, oh boy, this is definitely Phil's territory.
Yeah, Justin couldn't do it.
I can't touch it with like a 10-inch pole.
Of a baby. He's too much of a baby. No, Justin, I have something to admit. It's fine. Let's see.
I understand. I'm not hurt.
This was the Silent Hill section, and I am so happy we got Silent Hill news because I love Silent Hill. It is one of the best horror franchises, if not the best, honestly. I've got some red flags I need to talk about, but let's start with the first one.
Okay.
Silent Hill, the short message. This is a brand new first-person game in the series that they dropped the day of for free. It's the full game. There's no microtransactions. There's no nothing. It is a free game. It's like 4 hours, but it's a free full game.
It's like a DLC. That stands on its own.
And I was like, what the? That's crazy. That was the other game I've been playing this week, as so you know. Let me just say, it kind of feels like Konami's like backhanded answer to PT, if you know what I mean.
The backhanded answer. Well, I guess because you PT can't otherwise you can't even play it at this point if you don't have it.
PT was Silent Hills, right? Like it was supposed to be a next entry in that series.
Yeah.
Okay. This kind of just wants to be PT. Like
it's so bad.
it wants to be PT so bad, but they also integrate a story about like a modern like take on like teenagers and like how social media can affect them, and like this game does give you trigger warnings at the beginning that this game deals with suicide, cyberbullying, social media, a lot of things, and they lean pretty damn heavily into it. There's this idea that Silent Hill isn't a city or a town. It's whenever the fog shows up.
Yeah.
You're in Silent Hill.
Oh my god.
And so this takes place in Japan. And so theoretically she's stuck in the universe of Silent Hill, like in that world. But like she's not in like the town of Silent Hill, if that makes sense. Like if
Silent
she's
Hill
stuck in
universe,
that,
but not in the town that usually takes place.
And so you're essentially playing as, I'm trying to remember her name. Oh my god. She's looking for, so you're playing as a teenage girl. She's looking for a friend who messaged her to say, hey, meet me here. You know, and she's this person who has like anxiety. She thinks people hate her.
Oh wow.
She really thinks that like she has her own like account where she talks about like blogs and stuff like that.
Whoa.
But nobody follows her compared to her friend who's this artist, and she does a great work, and she's got like thousands and thousands of followers.
Huh.
And so she's always sitting there comparing herself to her, going like, I can never be as good as her. But she gets invited to this area, this apartment complex.
Same friend?
Same friend. That has a really, really scary background. It's a place where people have jumped off and killed themselves.
Wow.
And so
that's, okay.
The essential point of the game is that you're her exploring and getting through this creepy apartment complex and just trying to find your friend, because things get sour really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, look, here's the thing. Is it the best game in the world? No, God, no. This is
it's a 4-hour experience. That's all it is.
I was like, this is not the best Silent Hill. You're never gonna get that. You're never gonna get this. Like, come on now. But for free,
with that fresh free 99,
it's free 99. I think it's pretty good for free, man. Like I think it's fun. I haven't finished it. I gave myself anxiety playing it. So
oh my god, dude.
I played it like at 11 o'clock at night. I had the lights off, and I was like, I'm ready to get scared.
Get a text message from friends like, hey, what's taking you so long? It's just like around the corner.
So you see, there's a big difference between Silent Hill horror and like Resident Evil horror, which is like people like to compare the two a lot. Resident Evil is like jump scares and like zombies and like creatures coming at you. You're like, whoa, I gotta get them down, doggy. I gotta keep going. Silent Hill is supposed to make you feel like something's wrong at all times.
Feel dread, if you will.
Yeah, Silent Hill is about the environment. It is about psychologically scaring you, and not necessarily the jump scares.
Not necessarily. Okay.
There are, right? Like there will be, but they're tasteful. Like they try to make sure that they don't do it so much to the point where you're like, oh yeah, I already know what's gonna happen here. Like, you know, you're already like so tense, and you're already like so engrossed in this world, and you're like, oh man, and then you turn around and you're scaring yourself. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're like, nothing's gonna happen, but you're like, nah, there is something there. Yeah. And I know it. Like, and then there's nothing, and you're like, damn it. Like that's Silent Hill in a nutshell.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I think for a free game, it's actually quite good. It doesn't run the best. It's definitely low budget in certain parts, but it kind of there's some parts where I'm like, damn, this looks cool. Like, also the DualSense, man, your DualSense is your phone, so like you could like you hear messages, like your phone will bleep from your like DualSense. I'm like, oh dang, I got a message. So you tap the touchscreen, you're scrolling through it. I'm like, this is cool. Like,
can I do a quick aside? Actually, not because like I don't like horror and want to stay out of it, but the fact is that games that incorporate like controller like audio technology, I didn't realize that the Switch Pro controller actually does that too. Yeah, like you wouldn't even expect it, but when you're playing like new like Super Mario Brothers Wonder, it actually does it, and you're like, wait, oh,
yeah, it's rare, but it does.
It's
rare, but it does.
That's cool. They gotta do it more. It was such a surprise.
I thought it was good. I think it's pretty good. I'm only, like I said, it's like PT where you loop. And so like if you have to, I'm on the second loop essentially. So something's different every time.
Oh no. Yeah, it really is like PT. You want to be PT so bad.
It wants to be PT so bad. It's never going to be PT, but it's pretty good for free. I'm just saying. But that's not the only Silent Hill thing we got. We got a new trailer for Silent Hill 2 Remake.
Oh yes.
Before I start talking about the red flags, can I just address the weird criticism online that was like, oh, I didn't think it was gonna look like Resident Evil 2 remake, and I'm like, they're PlayStation 1, like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 era games, dog. Like they were all gonna be remade like this. Like, what are you talking about? Silent Hill was always supposed to compete with Resident Evil anyways, so it's like, duh, of course it was gonna follow in that remake's footsteps. Where I have an issue, and the biggest red flag in my opinion, is the fact that the trailer is called the combat trailer.
The combat trailer.
Homie, what combat? It's Silent Hill. Like, all you had was a stick and maybe a couple guns here and there.
To be fair, I guess I did see a couple sticks and guns.
Sure, but like they made a big deal out of showing you all gunplay. That's not Silent Hill.
That's true. Gives you a false sense of idea of like what that game actually like ends up becoming as far as your experience.
Yeah, like that's part of it. Obviously there's going to be some gunplay, but it's not Silent Hill. Silent Hill is, again, the atmosphere, and it's specifically into the puzzles. There's puzzles that have to be solved to get through things. You play as James, I forgot his full name, but he's trying to find his wife who's been dead, and it's like he keeps thinking like she's in this town of Silent Hill because there's letters coming to him, and it's like they're signed by her, like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just this crazy. You basically get to see a man become so like stuck in his world that he thinks his wife is alive the whole time. And you get to see him downfall and spiral the whole way. And it is the craziest game in the world to see. But none of the remake conveys that whatsoever. And it's just like this weird look. Like, it's got a weird look to it. It doesn't look like the original. Like, whereas like the Resident Evil remakes still preserve that look, that Resident Evil like style look. So I'm a little skeptical. It is being made by Bloober Team, which is also like, all right, that's an interesting studio choice. They're the creators of like Legacy of Fear or Layers of Fear, the recent Blair Witch game that was not good.
That was kind of a rough one.
Like, thanks Konami, you entrusted one of the most precious like games that you own to them. I don't want to completely like screw it. Maybe it is going to be good, but as far as it looks, a little bit of red flags, but I'm still excited. I'm going to support it. Silent Hill is great, you know. I'm ready to just play more Silent Hill. If Silent Hill 2 remake needs some more Silent Hill games, then so be it.
Yeah.
Yep.
We don't have wish for the best on that one.
Yep. Next on the list was Judas.
Hey, you're Judas.
This is a game being developed by the original team and creator who made BioShock. And you know what? It looks like BioShock.
I see it.
That's not a bad thing. I have been missing to play a BioShock style game for so long. I absolutely love the BioShock series. I have all 3 of them. I love them to death. Yeah, I kind of talking about it more makes me want to replay it because I really do love those games. They're actually some of the first games that made me fall in love with first-person shooters.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, because back then, when I was like younger, I was like, I don't really care for first-person shooters. It's all Call of Duties and Battlefields and war. When really, BioShock taught me like, no, first-person shooters can be like the games I love, just in first person. And I'm like, wow, this is cool. And so that from there, I was like, well, let me try out Doom. Let me try out.
That's what happened.
And I just kept going and going. Like, I love BioShock. It's so good.
Okay.
So I'm excited. What do you think about Judas?
I see the mechanics. I see like the similarities between two. I think it looks all the better for it because that's one of the few first-person shooters within that era where I saw it and I was like, this is different from Call of Duty. Like, there's actually a legitimate like story going on here aside from like war. There's mechanics that are aside from just point and shooting. There's actually like cool, like I'm gonna just say magic for lack of better words, magic mechanics they use alongside it. I think that's actually really cool that they're incorporating it into Judas. So it is very much so a spiritual successor of the franchise. So yeah.
Yeah. Next on here, we got the PlayStation VR 2 section. And you know what? You got me. I didn't think that was going to be announced. I never thought they'd make a VR game in that universe.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm kind of hyped. That's a pretty good VR. If I had a PSVR 2, I'd be like, damn, finally, we got a good game.
This is
and that's Metro, baby.
Metro
Awakening VR.
So is it like the whole game like in VR?
It's a prequel.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a prequel to the Metro book. So Metro is based on a novel.
Okay.
So just so everybody understands,
I
Metro is originally a Russian novel. Metro 2023, 2033 is a novel that the first game is based on that book. Okay, and then from there the games were like, let's make sequels. Let's make this. So like Metro Last Light is a sequel to that game, and then Metro Exodus is a sequel to Last Light.
Whoa,
so this is a prequel to that entire series. So I was like, that's cool.
Huh. Interesting.
Justin, you may not like the games because they are technically horror games, but at the same time, they're not like jump scare horror. They're more like
like something's like chasing you and you better have ammunition on you for it, right?
Yeah.
It's like a survival.
Kind of. They're first person shooters.
Yeah.
They're just like, how can I explain it to you? They're first person shooters, but they're more in line with like, they're not like completely survival horror. Like, yeah, you get upgrades. Yeah, you have to make sure your ammunition's all right. But the gunplay is like a normal FPS game. Like, they're not sitting there struggling with the aiming. It's like, just make sure you're killing enemies. Like
normal. But like the setting could probably tell you that like this is kind of.
Yeah, basically Metro is like this game. It's a story where like it's in Russia. It's technically the Chernobyl bomb has gone off already. So everything above ground is like radioactive. It's toxic. Nobody can live above ground. Everybody has to live in the underground. But because of that, things have radiated, mutated. And so like, survivors go up above ground to find resources and whatnot, but they're always wearing like masks and whatnot.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a really interesting game. I highly recommend the series.
Kind of like almost a different take.
On Game Pass.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
They're on Game Pass. Try them out.
Kind of reminds me of like Fallout then, kinda, but like different vibes though.
Much more story heavy, like a narrative. There's a big narrative that's going on. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Very good.
All right.
The next VR game was Legendary Tales, and at first I was like, "Oh, this looks kind of."
This is kind of like arcade.
Yeah. But homie, when he grabbed that skeleton's head and he just punched the body, and he's just
he pushes him down the table. He grabs the bit of the table and grabs his neck and like, God. I'm like, I'm in. I'm in.
You sold me. It looks janky as all hell, but I think that's kind of the point. Like when the game is purposely giving you bad mechanics because it's funny, good for me.
Yeah, for sure. That's a funny one.
Then we got a really good trailer for Dragon's Dogma 2.
This was sick.
And man, dude, the more and more I see it, the more I want to play it. It's actually, I know I've gone on record saying like I love the idea of playing Monster Hunter, but I never like get to stick around with it, and that's on me. I should play it with friends. Dragon's Dogma is for me. It's Monster Hunter without the need of playing multiplayer. Because it is a single player experience. You can get your friends to play, but what it is like you kind of hire their like their
ghosts.
AI. Yeah. And they work with you as a party. But it's basically just single player. What I noticed is there's class changing in the middle.
Yeah.
Like he's changing classes as he's like fighting. And I'm like, you can't do that in the original game. What the?
I was like, that's cool. Actually, wait a minute.
That's really cool. It looks super good. And I can't wait. Next month, March 22nd, baby. That day is stacked.
March.
That specific day is stacked. March 22nd. Ridiculous, dude.
What do we have on March 22nd aside from that?
Well, Princess Peach Showtime's that same day. And then Before I continue to tell you what the next one is, what do you think of Dragon's Dogma?
Sick. That looks sick. When you got the wizard dude like summoning ice, but he like gets his long sword and like runs up and he like jumps and slashes like yo.
Dude, we are in the best Capcom era. Like, we got all the good franchises coming back. We got Resident Evil back on the top, getting nominated for Game of the Year. We got freaking Capcom saying we can revive old franchises. Ace Attorney, baby.
There we go.
Freaking Dragon's Dogma. We got new IPs with that one like really Japanese heavy game that they announced at Xbox last year.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called.
I forgot what it's called. It's almost like people thought it was Onimusha, but it's not quite. But like,
yeah,
it has like some feeling of it.
Yo, we're back, dude. We're back. Capcom's back, baby. I'm glad. But the next game on this list.
What do we have here?
Rise of the Ronin, baby.
Oh yeah.
And so, for quick context, this is by Team Ninja, the same Team Ninja who developed Dead or Alive, Ninja Gaiden, the Neo games, and the recent Wolong.
Yes. Wolong
Dynasty,
yes.
And Wild Hearts. They developed Wild Hearts. But yeah, it looks pretty damn cool. It definitely takes a lot of inspiration from Ghost of Tsushima, but it's got that Team Ninja feel. Like, it looks like a Team Ninja game. Like, it looks like Ninja Gaiden style combat, which means this game is probably going to be really tough, but it's going to be really rewarding when you play through it. And it looks really cool. This is their first open world game, so
I'm seeing that. Yeah,
I'm kind of hyped for it. This is going to be a good one. This is being published by PlayStation, so this is a first party game. This one also comes out March 22nd.
What, bro?
So pick your poison, dog. Which open world you want to play? Dragon's Dogma or Rise of the Ronin? Because that's hard.
That's rough.
That's rough. And it's $70, mind you. So
well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, okay.
Both are 70.
Both of them.
Yeah, but it looks good, dude. The mechanics look really cool. The environment just looks cool. The vibes, man. Samurais are so in right now. Like, it's crazy. And I'm so for it. Like, I'm cool with that. Like,
that's
if it's gonna be samurais, I'm glad. Because ninjas and samurais are cool, homie. Like,
yeah. They've been
cool. Like,
especially when one of them has guns.
yeah, this one's got guns, homie. Like, it just looks so good. But like, they went a little bit in the story. It's not too crazy. Like, it's a Team Ninja game, so story's gonna be
secondary.
Yeah, it's really the gameplay, and it just looks spectacular. And some of the visuals, dude. The fireworks scene, I was like, whoa. Where he's hopping on the boats and it's just like fireworks blasting, and I'm like, this looks crazy. I'm in. What did you think about it?
Like, I remember I made the joke when they initially showed Rise of the Ronin. The fact you could like sling between like different buildings. It has almost like a Sekiro vibe, but I felt a little bit more Assassin's Creed presentation with it. And I still kind of feel that. I'm not completely on board with it, but we'll see. Because they did show, yeah. I think the action sequences are really cool. So I think that's very well done. So, I mean, we'll see.
Okay. Next game, baby. All right. Hold on. Justin.
Aye.
What did I tell you when they announced The Last of Us Part 1 is being remade for PS5?
That you can anticipate Part 2 doing the exact same thing?
Sure. But my big takeaway was, I called at the time when they announced that, I was like, that is one of the most unnecessary remakes and remasters of all time. Right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
When you said that, you know, and it turned out it's good. It is a good remake. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Then Sony was like, I can do one better. The Last of Us Part 2 remastered. And then I was like, nope, you take the cake. That's the most unnecessary remake or remaster. All right? Right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations, PlayStation. You've done it again. You have literally topped that with the most unnecessary and I mean it. Unnecessary. I don't know how you can top this. unless you tell me you're gonna remake Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, because there's no way they're gonna remake Until Dawn, homie. You can play that game on PlayStation 5. You can literally, it was free. It was a download.
Oh, well, I can only imagine that it's because it's showing up on PC as well that they're like, let's touch it up a little bit more. And
but then there's a big issue. If you look at the details, they're changing the camera's perspective. So it's going to be from a third-person view, which I guess, I mean, it's kind of a narrative-based decision game. It's not really, there's no combat or anything.
Yeah.
This is actually the father of it. So quick background. Until Dawn was created by Supermassive Games. You may know them now for the Dark Pictures anthology stuff, which, yeah, it's basically just Until Dawn. Their most recent game was The Quarry, which is basically like a spiritual successor to Until Dawn. But Until Dawn was the one that popularized it. It kind of showed, dude, we can make basically a movie where you choose what's going to happen. With real actors and real real motion capture happening. For Christ's sakes, that game stars Rami Malek. He's a big star now. Like he ended up being in Mr. Robot. He's a big nominated Academy Award nominee now. And he was Freddie Mercury in the Bohemian Rhapsody movie.
Oh, okay.
Like he was the main character. Him and then Hayden Panettiere's in that game. Whatever. The point is, it was a big deal back in 2014 when that game came out. Okay. They're changing the whole cast.
For this remake.
I need to know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, because that definitely wasn't Hayden Panettiere in that trailer. So I was like, what the? So there's some red flags. It's also not being done by Supermassive Games. Somebody else is doing it. I don't know who Ballistic Moon is.
Ballistic Moon.
Yeah, I don't know who they are, so whatever. All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna keep a little caution with that one. I actually really, really like Until Dawn. It's one of my favorite PS4 games. It was a game that Katrina and I played together. Like I played and she made all the decisions. Sorry, we only kept 3 alive. My bad.
I mean, yeah.
But it's a Philip game. I love horror movies. And this is one of those you remember how we watched Sleepaway Camp? That's basically what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically that. It's very schlocky, very cheesy 80s slasher style. It's really funny. It's unnecessarily it's unintentionally funny.
Oh yeah, okay.
You're like, oh man, this is hilarious, but it's bad. I can't watch, but I have to watch. So I think it's good.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice to remaster, but there you go.
There's one theory. It's because they're making a movie based on it and they want to capitalize on it.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
So
what's the canon ending though?
All of them live.
Wow. Well, I'll say good luck with them on that one.
I'm not gonna, since it's brand new and it's coming out, I'm not gonna spoil the actual ending, but just know that there is a canon ending. There's multiple endings that can happen. No one's really confirmed a real canon ending, but yeah. And then, well, Justin, what do you think of it?
I'm kind of indifferent with it. I like narrative stuff, but I don't want it to be the main thing. I played Telltale, and that's pretty much the closest thing, and I think that's actually really cool. I would personally just want to play something that's a little bit more engaging than that.
Okay.
I am curious as to how the PC port's going to work as far as don't move. And it's well, everything's locked in.
So fun fact, that character cannot die in that whole game unless you mess up that one section where don't move. That's the only do or die moment for that character. And I'm like, that's BS for beginner's trap, because you would not know. That's super BS. But anyways, and then
Oh boy.
I thought they were gonna announce more because we were only, by the time we were done with Until Dawn, it was only 30 minutes, and they promised a 45-ish minute show. So I was like, oh damn, they got 15 minutes. They're about to go ham. They went ham, all right.
Oh god.
Kojima time, baby. It's the Kojima section. They did it. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. That's the worst subtitle I've ever heard. But,
stepping on the beach, bro.
but I don't want to like go detail into rumors and stuff because I this is a Kojima game. I don't know what's going on. I can't follow the plot. I can't follow the characters. I don't know what's happening half the time. But goddamn, does it look cool as hell?
Yeah, I think whether you like it or not, Kojima is kind of one of the only few like individual people that you can take out of like just gaming industry that is trying to push like this like kind of more abstract thinking like stuff like up there, but also make it something where it could be like a movie, but it's fully like interactive. It's like when I was talking about Until Dawn, but it's like it is a little bit more like in your hands type of situation. Essentially,
it's not decision based, but
yes, it's definitely heavily because of like the things that Kojima likes and what he likes to put into his games. There's a lot of detail added to this one.
A very Kojima. This is I like to say that Death Stranding is Kojima without restrictions because basically with Metal Gear he had whatever like creative control, but it is Konami, and you want to make sure like they probably had to go and be like, this is a little too much. You know what I mean? Like let's tone it down a bit. This is PlayStation going, oh, this is Kojima. Do what you want, dog. Unlimited funding, like just whatever you want.
Unlimited funding.
Basically, it's basically that. Like he even said it. We'll talk about the last game later, but he basically said, you know, with all the full funding and support from us, Kojima, you can hire like nothing but strippers in the office, and if you really wanted to, we'll fund it because we know that you're gonna make that game. Like, homie's like the modern day Wolf on Wall Street, except not on drugs. So that's good. That's good. And it's just like, dude, I don't know what was happening in there. Like Troy Baker's character, all right?
Yeah.
He don't look like that in the first game, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean he's the Joker and he has a guitar and he's attacking? Also, dude, when he's shredding on the guitar, did you notice it's BB's theme?
No, well, actually, I don't recall BB's theme.
Look up the first Death Stranding's BB's theme and then hear it on the guitar. He's literally playing that. I'm like, what kind of detail is that?
There was always going to be attention to detail with a lot of this kind of stuff.
As far as I saw, Norman Reedus is returning, Troy Baker is returning, and so is Lee Seydoux. Is that her name? Leah Seydoux. The one where she's got the gloves that like snap for her.
Yeah.
She's in the first game too.
She was in the first game.
Yeah. So those characters are returning, but everybody else is new. Elle Fanning is a new cast member in the game. The older gentleman with the captain looking like getup. That's George. Well, it's not him playing him, but that's George Miller. That's the guy who directed and created all the Mad Max movies. He's basically like the Guillermo del Toro of this game. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what is he doing in this game?
Leave it to Kojima-san to really reel in, like, not just actors, but directors and anything he's liked in media. He's going to pull it into his game.
Now, most of these games were, for the most part, a lot of these games are coming out this year. This is the one that was confirmed for next year, 2025.
Yeah, it better be at that point because look at it. Just look at it, dude. There's so much detail like added to it. So whether you like the Kojima games or not, this is like what he's able to do, and he's able to like carefully craft everything into something that you either like love it or you just like don't get it. And just not for you.
Hey man, it looks really good.
It does, yeah.
Got me again, dude. I stopped playing Death Stranding just because I wasn't in the right mindset to play it. But like, he got me again. I am excited for whatever the hell that was. Like, it just looks so good.
Yeah, like we kind of know what the main mechanics of these Death Stranding games are. Oh, just one, and that's literally just like Sam just walking around like in this generally open area as he transports stuff. And you know, the second one's kind of a little bit more like that. They are pushing the story where it's like we don't need human porters anymore. So like, what's Sam doing at this point?
I'm kind of glad you brought that up because I was going to say in the dialogue, it kind of seems like they're kind of moving away a little bit from that. Like, yeah, it's still there. You can see him walking with packages behind him and stuff like that. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be completely the main focal point this time.
Do you think it'll be a little bit further more like narrative driven? Or
just a bit. So, but yeah, I'm excited. I don't have too much more to say because like I don't know what I saw.
to be like, fair, it plays kind of like a Square Enix like Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts trailer. They're gonna throw random things at you.
Yep, in random order. You're never gonna know what's happening. And it was a long.
It was a long one.
That thing was.
It was about like 9 minutes.
That took up the rest of the show, and I was like, "What the?" Also, the puppet. He looks kind of cool. I like him.
Yeah, they did like
a cool visual trick.
Yeah, what would we call that? I would just simply call it I call it the Into the Spider-Verse bit.
Yeah, they're purposely running him at 12 frames a second. They're running him at 12 frames per second so that he looks like he's like jilted and animated.
Yeah.
And compared to the fact that the game is probably running 60, so he's just like,
yeah, it's a little bit really odd. Yeah.
That's cool because that means Sam gets his own
Mimir
little companion, you know. Also, if you look up the actor who's playing the puppet, he looks just like the puppet. They purposely made him look like him.
Okay.
I was like, Kojima, you're a son of... I think, and I don't know if you noticed this, but it kind of started with Metal Gear Solid 5. I kind of like the idea of like modern games using actors, and not just like, I don't mean like Hollywood actors, but I mean like using whoever's playing the characters, like their facial structure, and kind of portraying them as if they were in a movie. Like it's like just them, but in a getup, and they're like it's like a movie. Like they're acting as that character.
Yeah,
Kojima kind of started that with Metal Gear Solid 5. You know, Kiefer Sutherland was in the Solid Snake getup, or I'm sorry, the Big Boss getup. You know, Troy Baker was in the Kazuhira Miller getup. No, I'm sorry, he was Revolver Ocelot. Sorry, he was in Revolver Ocelot's like getup. And the actors, if you look up the actors who play them, they look like their character models, like 100%.
Yeah,
I like that. It's kind of fun because, and not just Kojima's been doing it now. A lot of people have been doing it. You know, Star Wars uses Cameron Monaghan. Is that his name? Yeah, they use his likeness for the game. He's in there.
Okay.
Like, it's really cool.
Essentially, yeah. It further. I don't want to play as a pun, but it kind of just bridges movie to video game to make a video game movie again, but not like the corny like the movie type of game.
The movie,
yeah.
But other than what we don't know what we saw,
aside from that, they also had, of course, they had to bring in like the man himself. You couldn't just be like, oh, here's the trailer, that's it. No, they actually they were talking to Kojima, and it was essentially a what's the word? It pretty much a green light to create another like series that Kojima's kind of known for, which is the action like espionage type of like genre. So that's in the works. That's like alongside Xbox, Kojima-san is also doing some stuff with PlayStation. So, which is funny because Konami's also working things with PlayStation. So it's like, it's like Bethesda and the
it's all business, you know.
Yeah, it's all business, but it's funny. Like it's almost like seeing coworkers that you used to be with, and now you're with them under different circumstances, type of thing.
But I think what's interesting is that yes, he's returning to do a new action espionage game, which, you know, I mean, damn, the man's known for it. Like, get your creative stuff out of the way. But I cannot wait to see a brand new action espionage game. What I'm a little curious is he was like, I'm trying to push to where this is basically like he says, because he specifically says Sony owns not just games but movies, music. He wants to push all this on this one game, and I'm like, what the hell are you like? thinking, man? Like, what are you talking about? What are like people gonna be real? Like,
he wants to make he probably wants to make Rockman the movie.
oh my god! But the coolest part, and I'm fun fact for me, here's some Philip lore. Ready?
Oh,
When they zoom out, they zoom out of Columbia TriStar Studios.
oh my
That's
God.
where they were filming that, and I was like, that's so cool. And I stopped and I was like, wait a minute, that's in Culver City. I was born there. I was like, I know that area because I used to live in an apartment across the street from City Hall.
Oh.
And down the street was Sony Pictures, the big main building. I used to live right there. Like I could walk. I used to always walk with my parents down like the studio lots, like crossing the studio lots for all the Columbia and TriStar Pictures. Like that's all there. So I was like, that's so cool. That's so neat. But that was not the announcement. The announcement was when they pulled out, they revealed the name of the game. The name of the game is Sign It.
Huh?
You didn't know that?
I didn't. Wait. No, let me pull it up. All right. It shows him like stay tuned, and like it pans the camera around, and he realizes the drone shot going backwards into the movie lot, and I was like,
keep watching till you get to the end.
To the very end. Okay, I got it. I see it right here.
And then pause. Sysint. Sorry, Sysint.
Oh.
That is the name of
I didn't know what that was. I thought that was just something.
That is the name of his new project. The action espionage game is called Sysint.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay. So Kojima's a busy man. He's got Death Stranding 2, OD. He's got Sysint. Like, that's crazy, dude. That man
can't wait to play Ball and Bake.
How's he listening to all this music?
He's listening to all this music with his Walkman, obviously.
And I think, before we end our last part of the discussion, that wasn't it. They also said next week we're getting another State of Play, but this time
it's
going to be focused on Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, I can't wait for that. That's going to be so spoilerly. Some people need to just like walk out of it, but at the very least, you should know there's probably going to be a demo. Probably.
Yeah, I was going to say the rumors has it that they're going to drop the demo that day. So I'm not going to play it. I don't need to. I already know.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
you.
That's one where I'm gonna be like, I'll just wait for the full game, dog. It's this month anyways. You know what I mean?
True that. Albeit it's at the very end.
I mean, I don't care. I'm still
like
3 more weeks. You know how long I waited for Kingdom Hearts 3? I can wait, dog.
It's a February game, but like by the furthest technicality.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I think I know everything I want to know about it, and now everything you just give me is just desserts.
So overall, State of Play, pretty good showing.
Pretty solid.
I don't think there was too many bad games in there. Like, yeah, there might be games where I didn't really care about, like, Foam Stars, maybe like, what was the one before Foam Stars?
Was
I don't remember.
Anyways, was it ZZZ?
Yeah, but I'm still gonna try it.
Yeah.
It's easy. But even then, like, that's a normal presentation to me. Like, there's always not everything has to appeal to me. It's supposed to appeal to everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
there might be somewhere that the Hoyoverse fans are probably losing their goddamn minds that ZZZ is coming to PlayStation. So good on you.
They have a good relationship with like Sony and PlayStation. So Hoyoverse is in their best favors to like, continue developing 100%. For the console.
It was pretty damn good. There was a lot of games where I'm like, yo, I kind of want to play that.
Yeah.
You got me.
Essentially just to kind of show you that there's a lot more games showing up within this quarter as well as like in the future.
I think what it is they're finally showing me games that I want. Like, I'm like, yo, yes, of course I want third person action, like games like Stellar Blade and open world ninja samurai games like Rise of the Ronin and like Sonic, like duh. Like they're getting me, man. It looks good.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
I think it's a solid like first start. Well, I mean, obviously we were talking about the fact that like it's not just PlayStation, but Xbox was also doing the thing this month. So having this just end off like on January is just like a really strong start for like gaming in 2024. So we'll see, as well as like the future. So
all right, Nintendo, you're next.
Nintendo's next. They got this month to work something out, as well as Pokemon. Well, obviously that's technically an extension of that, but yeah.
Yeah.
When does
Your next
Nintendo? When does Nintendo usually happen?
If typically, do you want my bet, or do you?
Let's get your bet.
What they typically do next week.
Oh Jesus, dude. Well, I mean, I hope so, because I'll be gone otherwise.
My bet is next week, Wednesday.
Ooh,
Wednesday or Tuesday.
Yeah, see, I didn't request next Wednesday.
That's my bet, because they usually like to do it at the beginning of the month. They don't like to wait too long because the Pokemon Day is at the end of the month.
Yes, that's true. So they want to kind of split it off, and they
They like to let the direct cook for 2 weeks, like everybody's like excited, and then they do Pokemon.
Sick.
If you're asking me to follow the trends,
that's fair.
There has been 1 year where they did it in March, but that also was the year of the tsunami.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So,
do you have any expectations for the Nintendo Direct? Any?
I know we'll probably do a direct discussion whenever it gets announced, but I will say that I'm not expecting. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not expecting hardware.
100%.
I don't think so.
I get that. That.
That's not going to be there. What I am expecting, I don't think Nintendo's going to show off new titles, if that makes sense. Really? A lot of it is going to be remakes and remasters and ports.
Gotcha.
And I think you guys better get used to that, because if this really is the last like hurrah for the Switch, Nintendo's not going to be making new titles for this console. They are going to focus efforts on their next console. So I'm expecting more remakes, more remasters, more ports. I am expecting one big announcement. It was kind of leaked, and there's even more harder evidence now. I think Hi-Fi Rush is going to show up at that direct.
Whoa. Okay. All right.
And there's a reason. There's a brand new data mine in the recent update for it, and check it. There's 3 shirts. Each of them are color coded, and they all have a saying that kind of matches their respective consoles.
Yeah.
Like the green one is for Xbox, and it says Shadow dropped. The blue one says finally here, PlayStation. And the red one says rocking out everywhere, Switch.
Whoa, okay.
So I think Hi-Fi Rush is coming to every console. We'll see.
Sounds like a very weird, like, fan-made Pokemon game with different version titles.
I hope that comes with the fact that it gets a physical copy, because, I'll buy it. But yeah, I feel like that's my big third-party prediction. Other than that, I can't tell you. I'd have to actually sit down, make a list, look at what I want.
That's true, yeah.
Sources. Yeah, look at some sources.
Honestly, I'm thinking about it too. It's kind of tough considering like where they're at.
But if you're asking first party wise, I definitely think we're going to see a lot more remakes and remasters.
Yeah, I would say honestly, I'm just going to put it out there, since we talked about it at the beginning with the Amiibo reprints. I think that is kind of a sign that you might see something for Zelda, whether it utilizes just those Amiibos or it's actually like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. I can't really even say for certain on that
honestly, if it ain't Twilight Princess HD or Wind Waker HD, I don't even.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they would, because like I said, remakes, remasters, reports, those two fit the bill. If those two are perfect games for, I know it's the end of the life, and you need a Zelda game, so here, like, good enough. Those games don't need to be touched up. They're literally perfect on Wii U. They don't even need to be like redone controls or anything. They literally play on regular buttons. So that would be easy money for them, like right there. And I feel like those are pretty strong contenders, as is Metroid Prime 2 and 3. I feel like those are strong contenders.
True. I was going to say, this is probably the only opportunity aside from it being ported or remade into like the new consoles, something for Star Fox. Star Fox Zero is one of those only like Wii U games that never like got transferred over. So it is an opportunity. I understand the reception, but otherwise that's an opportunity. F-Zero, possibly.
I also want to put out in the air the Fire Emblem remake of Genealogy of the Holy War.
Oh, that's true.
That's always up in the air too.
That's a big rumor. That's true.
More ports, you know, like I know for damn well they're gonna put dates on Paper Mario and they're gonna put dates on Luigi's Mansion 2.
True.
I still think Luigi's Mansion 1 is gonna come as well. I don't see why they would go back to titling it 2 when it's called Dark Moon in the States without calling Luigi's Mansion 1 HD as well. Especially because they called Pikmin 1 Pikmin 1. They put the 1 at the end of the subtitle
1
now.
and 2, yeah.
Yeah, so
Luigi's Mansion 1 and 2.
And since they're choosing GameCube and Wii games to kind of remake and re-release,
yeah,
I think Luigi's Mansion 1 is a good fit for that, as is the Metroid Prime games. And then the kind of dreamish one I want, and I know people are going to be upset because they would want a new one, but if we're going to get a new one, keep that for the next console. But give me a goddamn re-release of Donkey Kong Country Returns, goddammit. And I know we had it on 3DS. It's been released once, but I want it to be this definitive version where it has the controls of the 3DS, where it's button controls and it feels great to play. But it runs like the Wii version where it's 60 frames and isn't restricted to 30 frames. And it has the 3DS extra bonus world, which is like new levels. Like I want all that in HD. It doesn't even have to be the cleanest HD. It can just be as good as HD as Skyward Sword, because that's a Wii game. Good enough. And I think that would be awesome, because I feel like Country Returns is stuck in this limbo where it's like, yeah, you can play the Wii version, but you're restricted to motion controls and less content. But it runs the best. Or you can play it on 3DS, where it plays the best, has the extra content, but it runs the worst. So it's kind of this balance. It's like a pros and cons thing, and I would just love a definitive version to match Tropical Freeze. If you're choosing remakes and remasters.
They also have an opportunity to, granted, you know, with 3D All Stars unavailable, it's kind of weird, but they could do Galaxy 2.
Galaxy 2 would be a cool port. Just straight up re-release Galaxy 2. I'd pay 60 for it. I like that game.
Well, maybe some updated controls for that.
I'm stupid. I'm stupid. If they did what they did in Galaxy 1 and just put that on a cartridge, I'm dumb enough to pay $60. So yeah. Sorry, I'm the problem. I understand, all right?
That's fair.
I'm not agreeing with it. I'm not going to say, oh, that's a good business tactic. I'm just stupid. I would buy it.
That's fair enough.
I'm not going to disagree. Another one I think would be cool is another Wii U port that nobody talks about that isn't on Switch.
Nintendo Land.
That would be pretty funny, but no. Yoshi's Woolly World.
Oh.
I mean, Crafted World's on there, but Woolly World's the better game. And Woolly World's the better game, and I think that if it was a remaster or just a port, but it adds in the 3DS content, kind of like what Hyrule Warriors did, where it's Hyrule Warriors Wii U, but all of the 3DS content's there in HD. I think like getting a port of Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World is what they call them 3DS. That specific one would be cool, especially because Amiibo support and the Amiibo support with all the new costumes. Like if I can dress up my character in Sora, that would be so cool.
Yo.
Because all of the Amiibos were supported for that game. People like to think, oh, Mario Maker was the one that did it. Nah, dude. Yoshi's Woolly World was cool, dude. You can scan every one of these Smash Amiibos up here, and he would give them a new color scheme based on that character. Like, it doesn't matter who. Pac-Man, got it. Sonic, got it. He would run, and he has little red shoes, and I'm like, this is incredible. Like, Bayonetta, you sure can. Like, it was really cool. And
not which time, Yoshi.
I think it'd be funny to see him dressed like Joker or like Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
Or Terry. Oh my god. But yeah, I feel like that's a good Wii U port. I'm obviously gonna want Xenoblade Chronicles X. I know I keep saying
that's true,
but I also think
that
would be a cool remake or port on the next console, because
that's also true.
Run it better.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I was gonna say, like, nah, it'd be cool just to have all like four Xenoblades. Yeah. But actually, that makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense.
So, but those are just dreams. Really, I think my surefire bet is, yeah, we're gonna see some more remakes, remasters, ports, because we're at the end of the life.
Yeah.
This is what Nintendo likes to do, and I am a stupid, dumb Nintendo fan, and I'm gonna eat it up like it's no tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're for sure hard dates on Luigi's Mansion 2 and Paper Mario.
Mm-hmm. That's
for
fair.
Sure. Also, Nintendo, please add the Luigi multiplayer to Luigi's Mansion 2. Please tell me you're hiding that, because that would mean I get to play the whole series with Katrina, and that'd be really fun.
Fair enough.
Because if they're doing Luigi's Mansion 1, it better be, I know people are going to hate me for this, but it better be an HD version of the 3DS version. Not because aesthetically it looks better. I kind of like the look of the GameCube version better.
Sure.
But it is the one that matches 2 and 3 in its aesthetic, and it has the Luigi multiplayer. So if you're telling me I can play multiplayer from 1, 2, and 3 together with my wife, that would be really cool, because she likes Luigi's Mansion, so I would really love to sit down and play the whole thing. So that'd be cool.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's kind of everything. I have a couple of them, but I kind of want to wrap, just so we have some time.
Yeah. I mean, really, we're gonna do this more once. We always do it. If there's a Nintendo Direct, we have to cancel everything we have,
and we gotta talk about the night of.
Yep, and see how many darts we can throw at a board and see how many we get right.
This is true. But alrighty, guys, that'll be it for us. Ooh, solid one. There's a lot of stuff going on here, guys. If you have the chance, play Persona 3 Reload. That's my ending thing to say.
Yep.
Or Grand Blue Relink.
Yeah, that too. I would. And my ending plug is try out Mario vs. Donkey Kong. You might like it more than you think. Than it looks. It looks simple, but the later levels can get challenging, and that's where the fun really is. So
this is where the fun begins.
This is where the fun begins.
All right, that's gonna be it for us, guys. Appreciate everyone for tuning in for this episode. DangIT Prodcast has been episode 492. My name is Justin,
and I'm Philip.
And thanks for watching, everybody. #bye, everybody.